Wow, this is what 12 books look like. Hello fellow booktubers, so this is my March wrap up, yay. I read 12 books in March. I'm quite proud of myself here. Except for the fact that I didn't finish the series this month, even though I had this book sitting, and if I read it that means I had finished a series. Never got around to reading it, so I failed on that part. I also never read any books that I actually own, so I'm currently 9 books behind in my to be read mountain challenge. Bad. I know I could just have a month and catch up on it, but I see it unlikely because, I mean, I'm already ahead in the series challenge that I'm just doing for myself, so that's fine, and that'll be easy to catch up on because, like, one book waiting and I've got other series that I really want to finish. I'll eventually catch up before the year is out, so that's what matters. So let's just get into this wrap up properly. So the first book I read was Panic by Laura Oliver, which obviously came out this month and I got it for review, so there's a review in my blog. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. I don't know. I really like the idea. I don't think the execution of it was that good. I mean, the characters are interesting, but sort of dull at the same time. I liked it more than the Delirium series, so that's something. Then I read Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury, and I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. You know, interesting dystopia world where books are banned and like these firemen go around burning them, and it's called Fahrenheit 451 because that's the temperature books burn at. There's like no intelligent media, like TV shows that are stupid are stupid as well. Like there's no plot to them. Not really. I don't know, it's interesting. I'm glad I read it. I just wondered though, because I was thinking, would it be ironic to burn Fahrenheit 451 or just sad? Comment down below! I'm pretty sure it'll probably just be sad. Then I read The Devil in the Corner by Eric Patchett, and I gave this 3 out of 5 stars. There's a review of this on my blog, and I can't remember anything about this book. I can remember it, but I can't really remember what else to say. It's kind of like this Victorian nonsense. I suppose it's kind of good in the fact that it does show how hard it is to be a woman in those times. It's not a book that kind of glamorises the period. So I did like it in that sense. It did a good job of showing it, like, it's shit to be a woman. Because, like, the main character's father's died and he never really left her any money, and she doesn't really have any close relatives to, like, who could have bought her in and took her in. So she's had to become a governess to survive, and that's been terrible. And so she finds herself living with a distant relative by marriage who's not very nice to her and other stuff. But yeah, there's a review of that. And then I read The Eye of the Man, which is the first in the moral document by James Daster, and I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Yeah, never finished the series, but I've started at least 2 this month. This was 1. It's a spin-off, so, but we'll come to that when we get to it. I like this book. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Did I say that? But then again, it was very obvious what the major plot twist was going to be, and the characters were kind of just, yeah. But I liked it. I liked it for the world more than anything. I always go to say the wrong title for this book. Then I read When Mr. Dog Bites by Brian Colganhagen. And this is about a boy with Tourette's, but the thing, it just says he has Tourette's, but he goes to a special school and there is other stuff going on in his brain. I don't know, maybe I kind of want to say he's kind of a little bit maybe autistic sort of things. Like, he's got autistic traits anyway. There's something else going on, so I was kind of disappointed because I just thought it was about a boy with just straight up Tourette's. If you want autism, his best friend is autistic. This was an interesting book. It deals with racism and had swearing in them. Swearing in it, so yay. YA book. Who doesn't love a YA book with swearing? This is actually the adult edition. It's very much a YA book. I guess maybe it's But see, the thing is, most of the characters in this book are straight up annoying, and I didn't like the main character at all. And I especially didn't like his mother. I kind of thought, like, he's meant to be 16, but he does not have the mental age of a 16-year-old at all. It could, like, you could say because he's been treated this certain way because of his disability, so that's partly his mum's fault. So I don't like his mum, because the stuff that goes on in this book, she legit wouldn't have happened if she had just told him the truth. So she, like, lies to him for no reason, and I just, like, he's 16, you have to tell him the truth. It's gonna come out anyway. So lying to him is pointless and stupid. And also, like, she would have saved herself a lot of less heart if she had just told him the truth. Obviously, I can't say exactly what it is because that'd been spoilery. But anyway, he thinks he's dying, and that's slightly spoilery, but I think it's pretty obvious that he's not. And my main problem with this book is that it centres around this conversation that is so unlikely, because I legit don't think anyone would say this to the person in this situation, and if you did, you would probably get fired, because that is not the thing you should be saying to somebody in that situation. Yeah, so there's a review on this, and it's set in Scotland, like Glasgow, so it's sad that I didn't like it better. I did enjoy the fact that we did have characters with special needs and, like, learning difficulties, and they were, like, main characters and they had a point, but then it kind of, I suppose, but then again, I didn't really like, I liked their portrayal more than I liked anyone else's. It's nice to have them be legit characters in a book. So that was the nice thing about it from somebody who has learning difficulties. And I say that, I mean, I'm dyslexic and, like, you know, the whole Asperger's mutism thing going on. Off we go. Then I read A Love Like Bird by Marcus Sedgwick, and I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. This is his first adult book, in the sense that it has swearing and sexual content. But this is very, like, it's still his style of writing, it's very him. And it's basically, I think if you like his YA novels and you're at the appropriate age, well, I read adult novels when I was 12, so if you can get away with reading an adult novel, do read this, if you like his work. Also, if you read this and like this, you should read his YA novels, because, you know, Marcus Sedgwick does write YA like a normal person, and it's not, like, dumbed down that much. There's some big words in A Love Like Birds, but that's what dictionaries are for. Pop a review of this on my blog. Then we have Echo Boy by Matt Haig, and I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. An interesting world, because this is based all this nonsense has went down, and it's set in the not too distant future bit. But I've got to say, it's like 100 years, and it's 101 years in the future from publication. I've got to say, I feel this book is too near in the future to be realistic. There's just certain things, like the main premise of an Echo Boy, which is this robot that it's actually more of a cyborg. It's basically these, they create these things that are part human, part machine, mostly machine. Like, they don't feel pain and stuff, and you can control them. Like, they shouldn't really be doing stuff for themselves. Like, they shouldn't just decide, I would like a cup of tea, because they can't drink tea. I just don't think in our current society would change so much in 100 years that people would be okay with this, no matter all the crap that's went down that goes on. Also, in this book, there's an 85-year-old, like, I mean, an 85-year-old today who's like 185, and I just don't buy that technology is gonna advance so that person's still alive in 100 years. I had other issues with this book, I think, but, you know, it's all in the review. Then I read A Kiss in the Dark by Crack Crack, and there's a review of this because this hasn't actually came out yet as I'm holding this, but I got a copy of NetGuy, so I read that, even though I'd already pre-ordered my physical copy. I don't care. I need to own all Crack Crack's books anyway. I just wanted to read it now. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I love Crack Crack. She's one of my favourite authors. She's definitely my favourite contemporary author. But this book just didn't have the same spark. And I can't tell you anything about it because just boring. But it's set in Edinburgh, and I like that. And it has loads of different places in Edinburgh. So I guess if you like you know, contemporaries within a nice setting. And if you're American, it's an exotic, calling Edinburgh exotic setting, alright. Comment about the cover. Why, like, Kat Cook's books, like her last two novels, have had really young looking girls on the covers? Like, these are like, her books are quite mature way, and the fact that she deals with upsetting issues. Maybe not so much in this one, but her other books, the other book I'm talking about. But this girl looks really, really young, and none of the characters. I like the colour of the back. So basically this is a romance, but like, can love survive the biggest lie of all? We call it the biggest lie of all. There's much bigger things you can lie about, and I can't say what the lie is about because that's the spoiler. But you do learn in the first few pages. You do. Then I read Between the Devil and the Dark, The Deep Blue Sea by Genevieve April Dicusco. That was definitely not how you say that name, but you can find it with that information. It says on the cover. So I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. I liked it. The writing style was really interesting. And it's kind of a supernatural book, but it's not like an overkilled supernatural thing. It's kind of powers. Yeah. Powers. I liked it. There's a review of this also. Then I read The Accident by C.L. Taylor. And I give this 5 out of 4. 5 out of 4 stars. It was that good. No, 5 out of 5 stars. And I liked this book, and there's a review of it. I like this. There's kind of like diary entries and the present. This woman's daughter throws herself in front of a bus, and her parents don't know why, and it's from this book is the point of view of her mother, and it kind of tells the mother's life now, and but also has her diary from when she was like in her 20s, I forget the specific age, and eventually you kind of realise why you're getting both these point of views, and it's coming out soon, so you should buy it. Maybe pre-order it for Waterstones, because that doesn't make sense, but you know, Waterstones send things out early. I don't know why I'm telling you to pre-order from Waterstones. I think it's the 10th of April, not sure. Then I read Catch 22 by Joseph Heller, and I really like this book. It's great. I give it 5 out of 5 stars. I think it might be a favourite, but I'm not sure. It is a favourite. Let's change my Goodreads. Yeah, I really love this book, and it's a fave now. Basically about American air pilots in World War II and the facility of it. And it's a satire, kind of dark comedy sort of book. And, you know, it's been about for at least 50 years. This is the 50 special edition that I got from my library. Oh yeah. By the way, if anyone asks, that was not me. It really reminded me of Barricada Goes For. Basically, it's about these people in the trenches, set in World War II, I think. It might be 1. Obviously, Barricada Goes Forth came after this, but it's kind of dealing with all the same stuff, like people who ain't in combat, just sending these soldiers off to do stupid stuff. And, like, Barricada spends the whole time of that series trying to get out of combat duty. The main character spends most of the book avoiding firing missions because the fact that he's already fired the missions that he's meant to have, but they keep pushing the number up. You can see why I see similarities in it, and it's just, it's kind of dealing with the same, it's, you know, it's both a satire. I really liked it. I like both, and it's funny and horrific. It's life and war are those things. Awesome. You should read it. So yeah, I've been quite cultured. I read 2 modern courses this month. Then I read The Geography of You and Me by Jennifer E. Smith. Because here on Rachel Renner's Strangeness, we're all about diversity. And I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. And once again, review is either up or coming very soon on my blog. It'll be down there in the linkage if it's up. Yeah, and I read this actually on the last day of March. I don't know, I haven't thought about this book yet, so I liked it. It's set in lots of different places, so it's, if you like books with travel in it, I guess you'd probably like this. It's set in Edinburgh as well. Arthur's Seat. Never been to Arthur's Seat. But I've got to say, the annoying thing about this book is that the writer says that Edinburgh smells of stew. Having been to Edinburgh, And having spelled stew, I can confirm to you that Edinburgh does not spell of stew. And I was just really dumbfounded by the fact that it's saying, by the writers, the searching to say it smelled like stew. It doesn't. Mostly it smells of sea, air and wind, because Edinburgh is in a hill and near, basically everywhere in Scotland is on a hill and near the ocean, so wind is a Scottish thing. What am I on about? Yeah. I also started Bloodlines by Richelle Mead because I want to send that to the library soon. And I've only had like the first 2 chapters, but I've started it and I'm gonna read this. And I'm not going to do a TBR because I don't like TBRs, but I'm thinking of doing Monday Mission in the 1,000 Lives of Daisy, I believe. I don't know. I don't know anyone's username. I only know my own because it's my name. But she started these Monday Mission things and I'm like, I can't believe no one else followed them because it makes so much sense to say on Monday what you're going to plan to read instead of, so I'm surprised no one else has started it. I know with like Friday reads it's because, you know, it's the weekend and that's most of the time people have their reading space. Doesn't always. I'm gonna go now because I'm throwing books, but I'm gonna start doing Monday Missions if I remember. I meant to do one the previous Monday of this video, but I didn't because I exercised, and that's my excuse for everything. Kind of sickness, musicals, hard things to do.